Hello and welcome back to the Degree Show Live. And what a day it's been so far. Do keep those tweets and Facebook messages coming in. Remember, you can tweet us using the hashtag TDS13 or like us at facebook.com/The Degree Show. Right now, though, I'm joined in the studio by Kat Mace and Ewan Tennant, who are content development students here at Ravensbourne. As part of their final major projects, they have embarked on the challenging task of creating a documentary. Not just that, but one that deals with sensitivities of the Auschwitz concentration camps. Guys, thank you for joining us here. So, Kat, what made you choose to do something about the Auschwitz concentration camps?
Okay, well, basically, I think it was about 3 years ago, I went on a trip to Auschwitz with a charity called the Holocaust Educational Trust, and they basically take out about 200 students per flight and take kids to Auschwitz to learn about it, but they kind of do it from a different perspective. So in history you'll learn about the numbers, but they try to put a face to the name so that it's not the numbers, it's the faces that you remember. They kind of try to rehumanize it.
And as a sound man, I mean, what are the sort of challenges that you were the sound operator?
Yeah.
Sorry, what were the sort of challenges of being somewhere sort of quite remote, I guess?
I mean, while we were there was tours going on, so I mean a lot of the sound we didn't want the background noise of what they had, and so for a lot of while we were there it was, well, I wasn't doing much, but for the final part of it, of the experience while you're there, there's a rabbi says a prayer about the different camps and that in song, and that cuts over the silence. It was dark by that point, and it was really, really silent, and it just cuts through the silence. And having that to record was really quite powerful.
That's quite eerie. You were saying about there's hair and there's shoes, there's rooms. As you were saying, it's that personal touch. Just describe that. What was there? What can you see there that's still remnants of the time?
There's huge rooms filled with suitcases and shoes and things, stuff. And then there's a room filled with 2,500 kilograms of hair, I mean human hair. And that's, the other things are stuff, that's part of someone, and it just brings home they really dehumanized these people, just turned them into commodities. And that was the thing that really got me, rather than the hair, rather than the shoes and everything, it was the hair. I mean, that's...
You also, sorry, Kat, you also spoke to survivors. There are still a few who are alive. And what was that like, hearing that personal testimony face to face?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've said it before, but we seem to think of the Holocaust as something that happened so long ago because we weren't alive. And when I interviewed these people, it kind of dawned on me that if they're sitting in front of me and they're still here, then it can't really have happened that long ago because they are still here to tell me. And it's a question of, you know, what question is going to be a question too far? You kind of have to prepare yourself, you have to know your subject matter and know their stories as well. You know, they tell it over and over again, but it's trying to kind of tell it again and make sure that they know that they're telling it to people who won't know their stories. So you need to hear every detail and every description that can often be quite painful for them.
And so I guess it's still quite important, because I imagine, as you say, they've told it so many times, but they still understand that importance of younger generations coming in and not really knowing so much about it, maybe.
Yeah.
And what is it that you want people to take away from the film?
Well, I think for me, I mean, the documentary is called After Auschwitz. So we talk about Auschwitz and we talk about the Holocaust, but we also refer to today. There's so much going on around Europe today, and we're part of Europe, and there's discrimination, there's violence against minority groups, there's anti-Semitism, anti-Roma. It's still happening. It didn't end with the Holocaust, and that's what I want people to take away, is that the battle isn't over against discrimination, against violence, and as part of Europe, it's probably as much our responsibility to sort it out as anyone else's.
Is that the same for you, Ewan, as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the idea, everyone views it as a thing of the past, but it's not. It should be, but it's not. There's still a lot going on, and it needs to be.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.